The Ministry of Magic was unusually quiet at this late hour. The normally bustling corridors were deserted save for the occasional flicker of lanterns and the distant echo of footsteps. Harry, Hermione, and their team of Aurors walked swiftly through the shadowed halls, their faces set with determination. As they descended into the Department of Mysteries, Harry's thoughts were focused on the task ahead. The sense of urgency was palpable. The Veil, a relic from their past, was now a focal point of their present crisis. If it were truly weakening, they had to act fast. They reached the entrance to the Department of Mysteries, a plain wooden door that concealed the secrets and dangers beyond. Harry and Hermione exchanged a glance before Harry pushed the door open. The familiar scent of old stone and dust greeted them as they stepped into the dimly lit atrium.
Stay alert. We don't know what we're dealing with yet.
The team split up, heading towards different chambers to check for any signs of disturbance. Harry and Hermione made their way to the Room of Prophecies, where they hoped to gather more information about recent magical disturbances. As they approached the Room of Prophecies, Hermione's wand illuminated the ancient symbols etched into the walls. The room was eerily silent, save for the faint hum of magical energy. Rows of crystal orbs, each containing a prophecy, lined the shelves. The room had been the site of intense battles in the past, and the memories of those fights lingered in the air. Hermione began to search through the prophecies, her eyes scanning for any that might be relevant to their current situation.
There's something here. I'm sensing a disturbance in the magical energies. It's faint, but it's definitely here.
Harry nodded, keeping watch.
Be careful. We don't know if they've already been tampered with.
Just then, a loud crash echoed through the atrium. The Aurors who had been stationed outside the Room of Prophecies rushed in, their faces grim.
Harry, we've encountered dark wizards. They're trying to breach the Veil's chamber.
Harry's heart raced.
Lead the way.
The team moved swiftly through the maze-like corridors, the tension rising with each step. As they neared the Veil's chamber, they could hear the unmistakable sound of dark magic being wielded, blasts of energy, the crackle of curses, and the frantic shouts of combatants. They rounded the final corner and came to a halt. The sight before them was chaotic. Dark wizards clad in ominous robes were engaged in a fierce battle with the Aurors. The Veil, a tattered and shimmering curtain of ancient magic, hung precariously in the center of the room. The dark wizards seemed to be focused on it, their wands aimed at its edges. Harry shouted, drawing his wand and joining the fray.
Stop them!
The clash was immediate and intense. Spells whizzed through the air, their bright streaks illuminating the dark chamber. Harry's training and experience took over as he dodged and countered the dark wizard's attacks. Hermione, too, was a blur of motion, casting protective spells and disarming their enemies. Despite their best efforts, the dark wizards seemed determined. They chanted incantations that Harry didn't recognize, their voices rising in a chilling, rhythmic cadence. The Veil began to pulsate with a menacing energy, its once steady shimmer now fluctuating wildly.
We have to stop them before it's too late.
Harry nodded. He and Hermione worked together, using a combination of their most powerful spells to push back the dark wizards. Each spell was met with a counterattack, but Harry and Hermione's coordination was precise. The battle waged on, their determination unwavering. In a moment of clarity, Harry realized that the dark wizards were not just attacking the Veil, they were trying to destabilize it from within. He recognized the symbols they were inscribing in the air, ancient runes meant to unravel the Veil's protective enchantments. With a surge of resolve, Harry focused his efforts on the runes. He cast a powerful protective charm, his voice steady and commanding. The runes flickered and began to dissipate under the force of his magic.
Hermione, I need you to hold them off while I finish this.
Hermione nodded, her face determined. She intensified her defensive spells, creating a barrier of shimmering light around them. Harry's wand moved in intricate patterns as he countered the dark magic, sealing the runes and stabilizing the Veil. The battle was fierce, but slowly the tide began to turn. The dark wizards, realizing their plans were being thwarted, grew desperate. They redoubled their efforts, but Harry and Hermione's combined power proved overwhelming. With one final powerful incantation, Harry sealed the Veil's magic, restoring its protective barrier. The dark wizards, now outnumbered and overpowered, were quickly subdued by the Aurors. The room fell silent, save for the heavy breathing of the combatants. Harry stood in the center of the chamber, his heart pounding. The Veil, though still shimmering faintly, seemed to be holding steady once more. The immediate threat had been neutralized, but the gravity of the situation was far from over. Hermione joined him, her face flushed but relieved.
We managed to stabilize it for now, but we need to find out who was behind this and why.
Harry nodded, his mind already racing with questions.
We'll need to investigate further. There's more to this than just a random attack. Someone wanted the veil for a reason.
As the Aurors began to secure the chamber and take the Dark Wizards into custody, Harry and Hermione knew their work was far from finished. The threat was real, and the forces behind it were still at large. They had taken the first step, but the path ahead was fraught with danger and uncertainty. With the veil's immediate danger averted, Harry and Hermione left the Department of Mysteries, their minds heavy with the weight of what lay ahead. They knew that the shadows were gathering, and the true battle was only beginning.